Good spooky Sunday, everybody. I am back with another casual, low-key, really good at using a camera, physical merch tour kind of thing. Yay! Today is the Superdeluxe games physical releases of the Castlevania collections, barring the Requiem collection, that were released in Japan this year, this summer. There was sort of a run that I caught wind of, and I said, oh boy, I think I have a financial obligation to go check those out as soon as possible. And I have some stories to tell. So today, one point, I'm going to talk about what are the goods? What did I buy? What is on display here? Two, what do I think of them? How do I like them? Which are my favorites? What is my story here? And three, just talking about price stuff and preservation stuff and the bigger picture story behind this collection, and maybe the real reason why I jumped to buy all these games in physical so soon. So let's go. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit in terms of the topics. Oh, sorry. There's always gonna be glare. The lamp in my room is literally a floating ball of light that hangs from the ceiling. I'll just fan them out. Yeah, so I'm going to bounce around the topics. I purchased all three of the collections that were made physical this summer. There is the collection of anniversary, the classic collection. No, it's the anniversary collection, even though it's no longer an anniversary. And obviously, the anniversary was not an important factor in these getting collections as time went on. Anyhow, anniversary, Advance, and Dominus. They're all the ones that have been multi-plats. They're all the ones that are like on Steam and stuff like that. Requiem is excluded because Requiem is like not just PlayStation 4 exclusive, but also like it's not even a console exclusive. You can't even buy it on Steam. It just doesn't hang out with the other ones, but here are the ones I bought. So why did I buy all three? I don't have a huge physical Castlevania collection or anything. I used to have nothing before last year, but I bought a PlayStation for Curse of Darkness, which is a video I have owed you for almost a year now. I'm perfecting it. Alucard was maybe my first piece of merch, the Alucard Nendoroid. I was waiting for a Figma or like a scale model one to make him look cool and badass and action figure, but yeah, that doesn't really come out the way I wanted to. I guess the Richter amiibo would have been before that. And I have the Simon amiibo, who I actually tracked all throughout Tokyo to find. Now he's visiting Miku in Kirby's Cafe, which is good for him, I think. I think he's living a good life here. But I hunted for him. I hunted for him in Osaka. I hunted for him in... Actually, that's another story. That's another Castlevania video I owe you, is the story of Osaka and all the other physical stuff behind me. Yeah, that's its own story. Very good journalism. Anyhow, I have to be honest. I was interested in grabbing these up physical when I could. I've seen them around. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice. But the real reason I bought these was the price, and specifically how damn cheap these are as physical embodiments of these games inside of them. I haven't counted, like, what is this, like 17 games? It's a lot of games, especially when you factor in the anniversary collection. That's like 8 or 9 Classicvanias. Advance is 4 games. This is 3, 4, 5 games, kind of. Let's just call it 4. It's a lot of games overall. And Castlevania is so expensive. I like physical games. My relationship with physical is getting a bit strange now that it's just getting so hard to have physical. It's like my sort of like doomsday prepper energy is getting too strong. It's like I don't want to have to buy things. So that makes it a little bit awkward. Like, should I just give up? Should I just go more digital? I don't want to do that, but it's getting awkward, especially with Switch friggin' 2. But when this collection popped up, I felt this obligation to at least consider it, because each one of these, if I weren't buying the super deluxe burger as I bought for the super dark evil Order of Ecclesia here, each one of these was only 4,500 yen. I think maybe stores charge a little bit more and then shipping is a little bit more, but to me that feels like $45 as somebody who grew up in the States and lives in Japan right now. That feels like $45, and with conversion in some, like, if you could just slip it over to America, that would be like $30, which is crazy when you consider Order of Ecclesia alone is, I think, worth more than everything I paid here. I bought the Super Burger Darkness Evil package for Dominus, so that was about 8,000, and then I spent, call it 9,000 on the other two, so I spent around 17,000 yen. This felt like a $170 investment for me and my finances. Again, actual dollars would be like a disgusting 130 or something. I have seen Order of Ecclesia just casually going for like $150, and that is only one game. So I'm not a big collector, not a big hoarder, nothing like that. But when I saw how much stuff I could actually own instead of being reliant on the the digital servers that currently house these very, very nice collections, I was like, I need to consider this. So no more rambling about that. This was a very financial choice, and I was not like super passionate in the moment. I was like, was that a fucking bug? Ew, it's the worst video I've ever made. I was not that passionate, but I'm like, you know what? You're going to be really glad you did this afterwards. I was like, nah, do I really want to buy a video game today? It's like, girl, this is going to get upcharged tomorrow. And I have already gone to my local secondhand store literally a week after this came out. I got this in the mail for my 4,500 yen price. I saw it in secondhand for 8,800 yen. Not even, I don't even think it was off store shelves. I don't even think it's sold out in like the new game sellers, like my Best Buys and stuff like that. Like, I don't even think it was off store shelves and people were selling it for so much more. So point is, generally stuff doesn't get inflated that much in Japan, and if something's crazy expensive in America, people will go to Japan to buy it. But Castlevania is different. Yeah, I'll never own you. I would own like all of these games on their actual hardware if they didn't cost like $100 each. Like Aria of Sorrow, I will never own Aria of Sorrow. But instead, I own a little pin. So it's a transition into what these actually are. Here we're looking at the soundtrack from the Dominus Super Bundle. I'll get to that maybe last. But I found out regrettably late that if you purchase online from Superdeluxe, you get little keychains of Simon, Soma, and Shinoa. Sorry, Shinoa. I was just playing Order, and I know your name. The one thing is, okay. So I bought Simon at Bic Camera, again, like Best Buy basically, and I did not get Simon. I bought his game there, but I didn't get the little online bonus. No. And I was pretty upset, to be honest. I don't get a lot of FOMO. I don't get a lot of like collector envy stuff, but I'm like, man, I think that's the one that I wanted the most. He looks so cute, but they don't match. I don't feel that much FOMO when they don't match. Shinoa's an acrylic charm keychain, and Soma is probably my favorite way to do something like this, where it's just like the sprite. It's a really hard, he's cold right now. It's a really nice firm metal pin you can put on anything. I love that. I love how heavy it is. He feels like pixel art in real life. Like, he's so firm and blocky, and I love that. I would have loved all three of them to be that way. Shinoa isn't that way, but thus has a slightly higher chance of actually being put on something, because in my mind a pin is really good, but like, what do I want to pierce, you know? Like, at least acrylic charms, you have flexibility. I like to dangle them off things now and again. Do I have any dangling here? I guess not. But she's like the nicest one in other ways, because like the sprite art is so good and the colors are so good. Don't fall. And one thing I did not notice is just how strong the use of colors overall are in things like the art for Order of Ecclesia. I mean, I like this game a bunch. It's nice. It's very beautiful, but man, I am blown away by how nice the cover art is for the soundtrack here. And when I decided to like go in, I first bought the anniversary collection, naked, no bonuses or anything, and I'm like, this rules. Like, I bought this almost at a FOMO, and then I actually had it in my hands, and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm so glad that I purchased this thing. So then I went in for the others, and when I saw how beautiful the soundtracks are, I almost bought the soundtrack for the advanced collection. But then I stopped myself, because people say the soundtracks aren't actually good for those games. Like, I like Aria's soundtrack, but yeah, you got the GBA compression, and then I know people say Harmony's soundtrack's actually bad, so I was like, maybe I won't do that. So yeah, long story short, only one super duper version. The rest are normal. And I like, again, this is more of just a very low-key review thought about the Advanced Collection generally, but this is one of the strongest cover arts, I think. I mean, I'm really getting into the details here. I enjoy this stuff. Even though I haven't played Circle of the Moon, I think Nathan looks really cool here. And even when you look at the cartridge inside that I'll show you, the green is really cool. I think they did a good job choosing that. I would have probably preferred to have a Soma cover personally, but he's doing really good. I like how this one looks. Not the best, because I really like that art. I almost want that cheesy-ass Castlevania 1 art, like, on a poster on my wall. I just love it. But I have just been really impressed by how much I like this one. I've seen the Dominus Collection art of Shinoa so many times, I've kind of gotten numb to it. You know, I had, like, a popular video on it and everything. Like, the Dominus Collection is, like, part of the family. But this package right here, I love the green. And this is where I'll get into one of my favorite things about this, because I will say, like, straight up, these are great physicals. Like, if I can escape the, oh, I'm saving yen by buying dollars, by buying pre-orders, all the shit that you can't even, like, do or relate to right now because it already happened. If you can buy this secondhand, if this comes to America, if it ever came to America, I don't know. Is this worth buying? Yes. Look how cute this is. I love how the inside of these packages look. So on one hand, they have little insert booklets, which are cute, but the inside here, it's like one of my favorite insides for any Switch cover ever. The camera's not doing it justice. So each one has its color, green, red, blue, and they have little sprites from the games. This is really not doing it good. And they're patterned so delicately and, like, tastefully. The best one is, of course, Classicvania. The best one is the Anniversary Collection. You can see sub-weapons, which just looks so cute and so nice. Let me just get this out of here. Yeah, the red one. The red of blood. It just looks so good. Can I do anything to improve this? Yeah. This is awful. Yeah. So, not really showing up, but yeah, the inside for this one is all sub-weapons from, like, Castlevania 1. Then you've got, like, lots of, like, health upgrades and stuff like that, like potion bottles and whatnot from the Igavanias, but the colors are good. And the Dominus does have a really nice blue color on the inside. Which you cannot see. This ain't ever showing up on this camera. That's a bummer. I won't dwell on it, but that's one of my favorite things. And then, yeah, so they all have little booklets inside. And they're cute, you know. They're not quite fully committed to being art books. They're not quite fully committed to having, like, cool behind the scenes stuff or anything like that. They're not, like, lyric, I don't know how to say. They don't have, like, a particular function, but they're very cute. And you can see on the back they all have different kind of niche art, kind of, like, very specific art chosen from the games. Very, very subtle, very somber. Shots of Dracula's castle, that ain't showing up. This one's good. The Medusa fight, like, sure, why not? Give them the Medusa fight. There's a lot of thought that went into, like, the subtle parts of the packaging. And they've got little write-ups about the games in the collection, which is cool. Yes. So because I bought the Superdeluxe Super Burger Double Darkness package, I got a sparkly trading card in the Superdeluxe trading card series. That is probably the only one I'm ever going to own from that set. But let me give you the goods. I mean, you know, these are cute, you know. Someone had to sit down and make these. I mean, hell, somebody did a Kickstarter Metroidvania Chronicles that I did, like, a digital copy for. It was Josh Whitaker, so some guy did a Metroidvania Chronicles, all the good games type of thing. It was like a book. There was a physical one on Kickstarter, and I got the digital, and it was basically this, like, a collection of thoughts, like blurbs about the game and pictures and concept cover art and stuff like that. It's fun. Gets you hype. I didn't realize this art was related to Haunted Castle. I always figured it was Castlevania 1. I guess Revisited uses it. And then also the original is there. Moving on. Yeah, this is a beefy one. I just had this package with me. I was on cloud 9 from buying my Vita, playing Circle of the Moon 1, all that story, on one vacation. Then I traveled for work the next weekend. This one's a little more text-based. And when I traveled, I had gotten this in the mail, so I'm like, fuck it, bring the Anniversary Collection. And I loved it. I loved just, like, you know, poking through this booklet, just, you know, popping it into my Switch, having a physical Classicvania to pop into my Switch. I liked having it around. And you see, they have very different styles. Not the least of which being they decided to keep Japanese everything, like Japanese system UI, like Japanese box art, Japanese everything for the anniversary collection. And then the next two are in English. Again, very niche thing, not even a problem, but like why? Like the spines are different, the logos are different. Why did you do that? The advanced collection's really funny. Look how pretty that is. I think Circle of the Moon's art really pops in this. Look at the bats. I think that's so fun. So this is more in line with how Dominus looks. Man, this is just pretty. But I haven't played these games, and I'm not gonna like pressure myself into playing them just because I have them now. I'm gonna wait till I'm ready, because I know I'm gonna hate one of them. My only physical Aria merch I'll ever have. Well, except for that. Yeah, everyone seems to hate one of them and love the other between Circle and Harmony. I've never met somebody who likes both. I've even played a little bit of Dracula X because it's on here. This package made me a Classicvania fiend for a bit. I was just jonesing. I was gnawing on Super 4 for just like weeks on end. It's not even that fun. It's like my least favorite my least favorite Castlevania, but with the rewind functions and stuff, or not rewind, save states in that one. Just enough to make me not hate myself during the platforming, and I just chewed on it. I didn't want to stop playing. I don't even play games in this besides 1 and 4. I'm saving the rest of them for like when I'm ready, and even then, I love playing this one. It's so fun. But okay, part 1. Part 2, you're gonna get more background music now. So overall thoughts before I go into just the Dominus Super Bundle, Super Dark Double Package Deluxe section. Am I happy that I bought all of this for like $170 my lifestyle currency? Fuck yeah. One factor here is I do value my Switch collection. I'm not as passionate about it as I used to be because of factors such as I fucking hate Nintendo. Like, I was a huge fan of the Nintendo Switch, and I was really wrapped up in, like, the hype back then, but oh my god, as it crashed and burned. They're gross. I don't love shoveling money into them. I don't love being dependent on Nintendo consoles, but my Switch collection is a thing of legend. I mean, everybody's Switch collection should be a thing of legend. You can buy so much on that console. And for what it's worth, if you do buy a Switch 2, you get to enjoy it on multiple consoles. Like, that is the defining thing of those two console generations, is just how good the library is and how much you can just feast like a crazy tyrant on all the games you could possibly want on Switch 1, and maybe play them on even more comfortable, better hardware on Switch 2. That's lovely. I am getting back into enjoying it, and as I mentioned in the PS Vita video, these are probably my favorite boxes ever. I mean, like, the spines aren't perfect, but look at the PS2 spine. Like, you could do a little bit worse, and at least they're thin. They're not taking up a lot of space. I love how light they are. I love the rounded edges. I love the physicality of Switch boxes, so having these collections, which are really good collections, you know, the dodgiest one is Advance, because, again, you're probably gonna hate 2 to 3 of those games, statistically just 2. Dracula X, not a very big pull. Everybody seems to hate one or the other of Harmony or Circle, but I mean, you get Aria of Sorrow on a cartridge. Like, that is nice. You will not be able to afford Aria of Chartridge? You will not be buying Aria of Chartridge on any other cartridge. Here are the actual discs. They're really pretty. Again, like, I like Switch physical stuff. Like, I just like it. I think those are really cute. I think the cover arts all look really nice, and they look very good together. So I'm thrilled. I'm really, really happy that I got these two for the low price of literally 50% what any one game in their collection would cost, especially in Japan. I think when I looked into it, like, Portrait's not that bad loose in America, that kind of thing, but no, I remember seeing Aria loose for like $70 back in 2022. Like, this is just... You can't get into collecting these games these days unless you're gonna go crazy. Normally Japan's your way out, but Japan is not your way out with these. Like, I think Japan might even be worse for Castlevania, as far as I can tell, based on the upselling the friggin' upselling the anniversary collection like the week after. Like what did I even see? Like that's embarrassing. But let's get into sort of reboxing. Let's get into a reboxing of the Dominus package, because there is some stuff I have not shown you. This is probably without a doubt, considering that it didn't go that high above the price point of the other physical like deluxe edition games I have unpackaged on this channel or talked about before. Considering the fact that it stays in the same price range, this has to be like the single nicest package that I have ever gotten for 8,000 yen. Like we're talking really high levels of quality and a lot of content, and it's all very, very nicely made. So Soma, he's not part of this. He's actually from the advanced package, but here is the super deluxe, super duper deluxe version of Castlevania Dominus Collection. It's so nice. Just for starters, the package itself is the good size. I love all of my little deluxe burgers I've purchased, but I vastly prefer when they fit into a compact size like this. Probably my favorite one so far, besides this, is the Miku one right here for Project Eva Mega Mix, because it is firm. It is nice, it is hard. You can knock on it. It's not just like flimsy cardboard. And yet it fits like a book. It fits really comfortably among your other games. And this follows in that while being not nicer, because, you know, different styles, I suppose, but just as nice. So the spine looks fucking amazing. The spine, you've been seeing it this whole time. It just looks delightful. I just think that's really, really cool. On the back, you have this really haunting art of Dracula? Is that Dracula? I'm fighting a certain boss in Order right now. I don't know if his name is Dracula or not. And then when you see the innards, that's also really pretty. Because everything that is loose is kind of put over here, and there's like a little cardboard insert that I actually don't want to throw out. I actually like having this cardboard insert because it matches the blue scheme. I use the cardboard insert to keep the Switch right in place. And then the soundtrack is just the perfect quality, right down to even the spine. It just looks so nice and reflective. And I'm not even a big blue person, but I adore the colors on this package. Honestly, I would say the weakest thing is that the key art is just everybody thrown together. You know, I love these games. Like, Soma is like one of my favorite characters. He got me into this. This is like one of my very, very favorite Castlevanias, and this art is beautiful. Like, Shinoa just has really cool aura. But, you know, compared to something as simple as the, just, you know, Nathan Graves cover art for the Anniversary Collection, I don't know. And I don't love, like, Super Deluxe, like the tramp stamp here. Like, yes, I will remember that I purchased this in the year 2025 because of the Super Deluxe branding. Yes, like, maybe that would look good if I were a trillionaire and had a billion of these, but that's not who I am, and I don't think that's who watches my videos. So, you don't have a Super Deluxe collection. Again, I don't even know, how many different countries Super Deluxe ships to. I've never purchased from them before. So as we know, I love the soundtrack. I will probably just hit that now, because there is some even crazier stuff I have been hiding from you. So cover art's very cool. I've realized it's like the background of that main Shinoa art. The back, it's just some track listings. These are discs 4 and 5. I suppose we should spread it out. Meep. So on the inside sleeves, you've got cool, faded. Oh man, this looks really good. These are the track listings. You won't be able to see it with my camera. The first fold is just the blue. And then we go one layer deeper into hell. Or maybe most of the way to hell, yeah. So once you get in here, there's this red theming. There's this 100-line ass, like, random cyber laser beam going across everything, which is very unexpected, but nothing if not eye-catching, especially with the reds that pop out of some of the art put on CDs, because they put art on the CDs! That's such a cool detail. So Shinoa's game has 2 separate CDs. I think these are the full soundtracks. I don't know for sure. Like, why would Order need 2 discs? But I've briefly glanced over the portrait one. Here's Portrait. And the track list, I think, matches what's on Spotify. So I think these are the full soundtracks. Let me give a better glance at these. Yeah, so you've got, I think, early game bosses for every game. I haven't played Dawn of Sorrow. Aria was my first Castlevania, so I'm trying to make Dawn my last Castlevania. And these just look great. These look wonderful, even up to and including Haunted Castle. This is stunning. Like, this is on its own a reason to purchase the extra Super Burger bundle. It's just wonderful. Maybe a bit flimsy compared to like what you would get with an actual CD case for an actual CD collection, but 5 discs, I think it's everything. You could do a lot worse. You could do a lot worse than these soundtracks. Again, I almost bought Circle or Advance's Super Deluxe version because it just looks so pretty. I saw what the discs looked like and I thought they looked pretty. Yeah, nothing to say about the Switch cases, but pop. This is how mine looks with the little bonus from Super Deluxe. You know, I've debated Googling, can I still get Simon? Is there some reseller who could give me Simon? Would I want Simon? I don't know if these things are going to be resold, these keychains and pins and stuff, but whenever I get one, I usually end up letting it live inside the Switch box because the Switch box is a good size for that, and it's nice. Both of my Inti Creates games over there, the Circle of the Moon, Curse of the Moon, and Gunvolt, they both have little acrylic charms inside of their Switch cases. But honestly, get ready for the coup de grace and the coup de grace's little appetizer meal. There are some really cute things hiding in the bottom of these packages. These are like, really? For me? You made this? Okay, so, maybe not that exciting to everybody, obviously not the highest effort thing ever, but there are decent quality prints. This doesn't work. There are decent quality prints of the box arts for everything. Like, they're really nice, like maybe nicer than postcard quality. We got Shinoa. Is this even the Order of Ecclesia box art? It must be. Like, I see it everywhere. Is it just the anniversary? Is this the Dominus art? I don't know. Here's my Portrait of Ruin postcard. Yay! On the back, it just says Dominus Collection. I might get them framed just because, you know, they're a nice quality, and I'm sure they wouldn't look bad in a frame. And I love Jonathan and Charlotte. It's perfect. Dawn of Sorrow. Not to be negative on Dawn of Sorrow, but I'm a big defender. I'm a big defender of the Dawn portrait art style, but come on, I think you know which box art's better. However, take a look at this. Potential spoilers approaching. There are hand-drawn maps for every game. This is the coup de grace. This is the Order of Ecclesia. I can't even look. I haven't even got this far. This is the Order of Ecclesia map. For something. I don't know. I couldn't fathom what it is. I mean, I think one side is all one type of environment. The other is all another type of environment. This is Dawn. I can't look. But I can look at Portrait. Portrait of Ruin spoilers coming. You go there. Ta-cha! They got a little doodle of Jonathan and Charlotte with Richter. Richter's watching. Richter. It's so pretty. So they have little sketches of the bosses in the different areas, depending where they go. And yeah, Dracula's castle. Everything has a very like hand-drawn look. They even got that goofy-ass slime from my Getting a Pulse video. Did I make a Getting a Pulse video? I can't believe how much I dropped the ball on making my Portrait of Ruin videos. I had like 3 projects I was so passionate about. I don't think any of them came out. That's actually a tragedy. That's a straight up tragedy. That was so much fun. Yeah. You got Stella and Loretta. You've got this whole thing I got spoiled on that I didn't know existed. You got the guy from Fire Emblem. It's so friggin' nice. What's on the back of Portrait? Oh, of course, the Portrait worlds. Yeah, they get creative. So there's like the circus, Egypt, wait, Egypt. Oh, the 2 different Londons. Oh, maybe the 2 different circuses, 2 different, wait a minute, what am I even looking at here? 2 different circuses, 2 different Egypts, 2 different, I got the forest. So something's missing on here, isn't it? Wait. Kyohokisi. That's a temple. Dracula's what? Medusa. What is she? I can't wrap my head around this. I think they're missing London? Yeah, they're missing London. Missing London. No! Ha ha ha! Those ones are on this side. Yes, everything is accounted for. So anyhow, incredible stuff, right? Not even enough room for all the goodies in this package. There's not even enough room for all the goodies in this package. Yeah, the map, not huge, you know. You could maybe frame it on your wall, but I just think it's neat. That's something I would take out and just kind of enjoy now and again. Just kind of look at it and go, wow, Castlevania. Woo! Which is kind of the ultimate goal for buying physical stuff, you know? I just find it makes me more appreciative of the art. It makes me more feeling physically connected, just kind of like mindful of my connection with these games for sure. And music don't hurt either. You can bring it on road trips, even if you don't have a USB aux Bluetooth connection. But seriously, all joking aside, I feel so lucky that I was able to hop on this when I was. Again, it took a push. It was just like, really? Don't want to buy all these games right now? Like, I gotta, like, you know, slow down my roll. I don't want to, like, hog out. But no, now I have a small fortune of Castlevania, and I'm very, very lucky for it. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Maybe you can get your hands on it somehow. I hope this stuff really brings down the price, you know? Maybe that's the ultimate dream. Bringing down the price of these games, making people more confident that they can get access to them non-digitally. That would be good, wouldn't it? Because Castlevania, you can't really buy those games, can you? Not physically.